guys, welcome back. I'm trying to make sure y'all are up there good. Not sure if you are, but we'll find out. We're gonna find out. I always try so hard to get it in the right spot and it never works. Alright, so these Starbucks straws, there's some fragile. They might as well make it out of glass. Swear to God. Seriously, the most fragile shit in the world. Alright, I'm ready. Lead me away, GPS. Let's fucking get out of this Starbucks. Alright, so. We're gonna see. These people at Starbucks, like, probably wonder about me. I think about that all the time, like, what people in, like, my real life think of me. They're probably like, what the fuck? This bitch is crazy.
Turn left onto East. Head north for Brayburn Drive.
Okay, good. We're still good. I'm, like, a little nervous. Like, I felt like it tightened it good, but it just, I don't know. I literally was at Advanced Auto Parts yesterday. I had to buy some diesel emission fluid for the van. And,
Turn right onto Brayburn Drive, then turn left onto East Greenville Street.
So anyway, I had to buy that fluid for the van.
Turn left onto East Greenville Street.
They had a phone mount for, like, the window. I was like, I really thought about it. I really did. I was like, maybe I should get it. But then I ended up, like, being next in line, and I was like, I don't have time to grab it, so I didn't. But I almost grabbed it. I literally was like, maybe I should. I'm glad I waited because I literally just got my first YouTube check. Can you believe it, Steve? I cannot believe it. I got my first. I looked at my account this morning because they do, like, direct deposit. And yeah, I was like, wow, that was more money than I was expecting to have. And it said that YouTube, it said, like, AdSense deposited, like, whatever. And I was like, money? Oh, sorry, guy. Good morning. I'm big. I've noticed big people do that. He was speeding. It's his fault. Alright, there we go. We're gonna be good. But yeah, I'm so excited, you guys. I can't believe I got my first YouTube money, but that means I'm gonna start looking at phone stands and all that stuff. So, I'm excited, y'all. I'm really excited. I cannot believe the way that life has fallen into place. That's what I mean, though, is like how people in my real life probably think of me. They're probably like, this girl, actually, this is kind of what I want to talk about, is like that I went from being like this like shy, really insecure girl to being like, what am I now? Not shy, not insecure. Yeah. No, I'm not. And it took a lot to get to this point. It's not like something I just like woke up and had confidence about. Like, I really, like, over the last few years didn't have like really any confidence. And I said, what video did I say this? Oh, my story time about like my first day as a dog groomer. I talked about how like I was like really reserved, and then I kind of realized that, you know, sometimes when you're like really quiet or whatever, that people start like filling in the blanks for you and like kind of assuming your personality rather than you just being yourself, and they can take it or leave it. So I had to learn that. Ma'am, what are you doing? I think she dropped her cup. I got her pup cup at Starbucks. I'm pretty sure she dropped it. Either way, like I said, when you're not like yourself and you like are like a quiet, awkward person, like I said, people start filling in the blanks. And when I was younger, it didn't really matter because I was just kind of like the shy girl in the corner. I was not like pretty or anything, like, you know, I was just chilling. Nobody really cared what I like thought, my thoughts, feelings, and intentions in the world. But then it's like, I don't know, there's like weird expectations about like when you're pretty, and I feel like I can say this because I wasn't always pretty. Okay, I still, like, if I just stop trying tomorrow, y'all be like, who is this fucking crackhead? Like, it's seriously, like, I, like, if I, because I, like, my eyebrows, everything, I'm, like, blonde as fuck, so, yeah, I'm pretty artificial, but it's okay. I like it that way. That's what I want to be like. So, that's how I am. Obviously, I wasn't born with these tattoos. I wish. That'd be kind of cool, huh? Be a lot less pain. Actually, you know, to me, getting tattooed isn't really that bad. But anyway, like I said, the confidence thing. So, I, over the last few years, like, didn't have a lot of confidence.
Turn left onto State Highway 331.
I didn't surround myself with good people. Like, I feel like that's the most objective way to put it, is that, like, the people around me didn't really help me with my confidence. They, if anything, kind of worked against me and made me feel less confident. So it took kind of dropping, like, all these people that I was surrounding myself with so I could get a clearer perspective on who I am. And I had to have a moment of, like, maybe I just, like, don't need any friends. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, like, well, I don't want to say I didn't have any friends, but, like, for a minute there, like, I didn't have, like, tons of people I hung out with. Like, my core group of friends, like I said, I don't want to say they're toxic people. They may be. That's maybe my opinion. But, like, how we meshed together was, like, really toxic for me, that I was not able to be the person that I wanted to be because I was so worried about, like, impressing people around me. So it did take me, like, having to, like, walk away from, like, an entire group of people to be like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm actually better than I was led to believe. So that was part of it. And just, like, being by myself and being like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, where's he going? Oh, he's turning. Okay. He had both his flashers on. I was like, I don't know where he's going. Anyway, so I had to, like, be by myself, first of all, to figure out, like, what my personality was even like. I was, like, a habitual dater. Like, I fucking was always dating somebody. And I feel like I was, like, a mismatch of, like, their personalities and, like, trying to be what I thought they wanted me to be and, like, that kind of thing. I wasn't ever, like, myself. So I went through, like, a really long period of, like, that, and it's like I'm really realizing, or I have realized over the last few years, that I have, like, this whole personality that I'd forgotten about. Like, this was, how I am now is a lot more similar to how I was whenever I was a teenager. That was a lot more free and open, and, like the time before I really cared about dating and, like, all that, that's kind of where I'm back to. Because I'm kind of, like, it is exactly where I'm back to, because I realized, like, I had to sit back. I think I said this in one of my other videos, but, like, when I always, like, write my year goals at the end of the year, and since it was 2020, I decided I wanted to do a 5-year goal, so it was, like, even 2025, I'll read it, and then do another 5-year goal or whatever, you know what I mean? And maybe from there I'll do, like, 10-year goals and whatever. So, regardless, when I sat down to write my 5-year goal, I realized it was, like, all work related. And I was like, I, like, asked myself, I was like, you're gonna be 5 years from now, you're gonna be 33. And it's like, don't you think that maybe you would want, like, a family with kids? And, like, the thought of that was like, not that I don't, like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want that. I'm like, I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to teach. I want to do a lot of things. And none of them really coincide with, like, dating and being in a family. Like, I realize, like, you know, it'd be hard for me to really date somebody right now because I'm so busy. Like, I mentioned there was, like, one guy I, like, kind of talked to a little bit, and it was, like, feeling a little bit more datey, and it, like, it really stressed me out. I was like, damn, like, I don't know if I have the time for this, and this guy's really nice, and I don't want to, like, hurt his feelings, but, like, I just don't know if, like, I can date right now. And, like, it's just because, like, I have so much going on with me. Like, I'm now working on private lessons. Like, my business alone, it could take up all my time. Like, if I really wanted it to, like, I mean, just messages and the grooming and the cleaning and whatever, I could literally just spend every waking hour doing my business shit as it is right now. And I'm about to add in so much more. We're about to be able to start traveling again. Hopefully. It's looking that way, that we're going to start having some grooming conventions and stuff again. And once all that goes into place and, like, I'm able to, like, get out and, like, do all these things I want to do, like, I'm going to be gone. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be... Like, the thought of, like, maybe getting hung up on a person, because I'm really bad about that. I've always been that person that, like, if I'm dating somebody, they're, like, the center of my universe, and, like, I've really had to realize, like, not only can I, like, not do that, like, at all, anymore. Like, even if I were to date somebody, they would, that's the thing is, like, especially now, like, if I were to date somebody, they'd be so on my back burner that it doesn't even seem fair to date somebody. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, that's kind of the conclusion I've come to, is, like, my sights are focused elsewhere. I feel like I'm gonna have, like I'm always scared to jinx myself. I'm like, because that's Dolly Parton, when she went to, I think, in Nashville, she was saying, like, how she, when she got there, she was gonna be all business and no relationship and whatever, and then she ended up, like, getting married, like, right away. I'm like, I swear, like, but I'm, like, such a complex person, and because I'm, like, so busy, and like I said, you'd have to be, like, my, I don't want to say last priority, but you'd be pretty low on the list, because I've got so much shit that's so important that I'm doing right now, and it just, like I said, kind of gave me a different perspective on relationships. And like I said, long-winded, but my point is that relationships kind of got me to this, like, low point. And I know it's from toxic relationships and because I was dating bad people, and I'm not saying, like, every relationship is going to get you to, like, some shitty low point. Definitely not at all. But that's been my experience, and I think being brought to that low point and realizing, because, like, I think it was partially, like, I was an only child. We're getting deep. But I was an only child. I think I was lonely. So, like, when I got old enough to start dating, it was like I, like, wanted to date somebody. I wanted to be with them 24/7. Like, that was my thing. And it was, I think I had to date, like, the worst of the worst to go to, like, the very bottom depths to, like, understand that being with somebody is not going to be a source of happiness. Like, I was so much more miserable in that relationship. Like, when if I had been able to talk to myself and say, like, girl, you will, like, literally feel like you can breathe again the second you leave. It was like, you guys, I woke up, like, every morning, like, sick, like, throwing up, just so anxious. I felt like there was, like, a ball, like, somebody, like, grabbing, like, the pit of my stomach for years. Like, my voice is so bizarre, but, like, my voice, because I was so tight, like, I was, like, constantly out of breath, and, like, my voice was, like, really nasally and pitchy, and, like, it would crack a lot more. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, and, like, it took a while to get to this point where it's like, one day I just realized, I was like, I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel that anxiousness. I don't feel that, like, grabbing at the pit of my stomach. I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel sick. I just feel okay. Like, okay, this is what I gotta do today. Even if I'm tired or overwhelmed or whatever, it's not how I used to feel. And like I said, I feel like I had to be drugged to that point to really get it. Because I'm the type of person, I'm really fucking hard-headed, and I don't think I would have learned otherwise. So it gives me hope, like, if I ever did want to date somebody again, I know it would be, like, a good person, because I'm not going to give just anybody the time of day. Like, I'm so picky now, and, like, they really have to fit me. And I've gotten so much better, because I used to be, like, the type that, like, if somebody was just nice and I knew they were, like, a good option, I would just date them to date them, because I was like, oh, like, I should. And, like, I've really, like, I've turned down guys that I'm like, oh, like, you know, years ago I would have dated you, but I'm like, no, it's not the right fit now, and they're not going to fit into, like, my lifestyle and, like, how I do things. So anyway, kind of food for thought, I guess.
Right onto Boulder Road, then turn
Right.
US 29 North.
Wait, did she say turn right? Need to listen.
Turn left onto US 29 North.
That's what I thought. I was like, I should be turning left here. But yeah, the confidence came, like I said, when I kind of, I guess I did. I, like, isolated myself from everybody, so I could just be me with my dogs and, like, figure out. And, like, I'll do videos, because I feel like
On US 29 North for 1 mile.
the videos have always been, like, you guys get, like, I was telling my mom about it this morning, actually, like, you guys get, like, a special part of me, because this is just, like, almost like my free thoughts in my head that I'm just giving to you guys. So, like, you do see a different part of me that maybe, like, somebody in my daily life doesn't see unless they watch my videos. Because, like, you know, when you're talking to somebody, you're vibing off their energy and you kind of match them and whatever. So you guys, like I said, are getting, like, a really different version of me in these videos. So I've always, like, done these videos and stuff, but as far as, like, other people I was spending my time with, like I said, I had to realize, like, the people that I was spending my time with were not good for me, and I needed to walk away from that situation. And then from there, it's like other people that were better fit for me, like, fell into place. Like, just randomly. Like, I just had people reach out to me, or it was like people I'd known for a long time. What the fuck are you doing, bro? I just looked down and she, like, had this all over her mouth. Like, anyway. But, like I said,
Slight right onto Anderson Highway.
people that I'd kind of, like, lost touch with, I ended up getting back together with, like, that kind of thing. So everything just kind of fell into place, and then, like, those people brought out, like, better aspects of my personality. I just, like, kind of realized, like, the more of myself I brought out, the more...
Anderson Highway, then slight right to stay on Anderson Highway.
So the more that I was myself, the more it brought, like, more genuine people to me. So now, like, my core people around me, it's just, like, so strong, like, such a great group of people. Like, I had this, like, realization, I think it was even this morning, it was, like, really recently, that, like, because I'm getting prepared for my new employee to come in, and I've been, like, thinking about things that she's going to be helping me with, and I was, like, thinking about how much easier my life is going to be, and then I kind of realized that those were duties, like, the things I'm going to be paying her to help me with were things I was trying to, like, get my ex to help me with, and, like, he just, like, really wasn't capable, and it kind of made me realize, I was like, you know, did I even want to date somebody, or did I just need this, like an assistant? Because that's kind of what I'm realizing, is, like, maybe I just needed a solid assistant, because I was lonely, I wanted the company, and then I needed help with, like, cleaning and, like, all this shit I'm lacking with, and I was trying to get that from him, and it just, like, wasn't working. That's originally what I hired him for, was to help me with cleaning and this, like I said, the stuff I'm lacking with, and just for company. Like, that's what I was telling my new employee, her name's Becca. When I was telling Becca, I was like, there might just be days that, like, honestly, I just need somebody to, like, fucking talk to, so, because I spend so much time by myself, sometimes it's nice to have, like, a conversation where somebody talks back, you know what I mean? So, my sister, we were always Snapchatting, like, the ugliest pictures, so, anyway, and then she screenshots them. She's such a bitch. I need to start screenshotting her. Like, she's fucking, if I ever die, she's gonna, like, release the ugliest pictures of me, I swear. I just keep setting myself up for it. I keep sending her more. But yeah, it's been quite the road, you guys. I don't think I could have gotten to this point if I hadn't gone through all the shitty stuff, so I just wanted to talk about it, because I was like, you know, maybe somebody else can, like, relate to that, and if anybody else is, like, surrounded by people, it's hard when you're, like, the only person, and there's, like, this whole group of people that you're not seeing eye to eye with, and you start wondering to yourself, like, is it me? Like, is there something wrong with me? And maybe there is something wrong with me, but the thing that I'm going to relate it to is, like, obviously we're just, like, different people, and it wasn't a healthy environment for me, and it wasn't productive to my life, so I had to, like, walk away from it. And now I just find that I surround myself, like, one of my closest friends, she owns, like, her own jewelry making business. I've been, like, business owners have been, like, I've gotten along with so many, and then there's another friend I have that owns a salon, like a human hair salon. You know, those type of people are the ones I've been surrounding myself with, and, like, it's just, like, a completely different conversation than the people that I was hanging out with. So, you know, sometimes, like, if you're having that doubt and, like, you're just not happy, like I just noticed every time I'd leave those people, that group of people, I would just be, like, depressed, really. And when I'm hanging out with people I spend time with now, I don't feel that way. Like, I don't feel, like, down or depressed or whatever. I feel, like, good when I leave them. Like, it's like I had a good time, you know what I mean? So sometimes you got to check in with yourself, and I think too, when you're surrounding yourself with the right people and you're able to act like yourself and be yourself, then you're just going to come across more authentic. So that's really, like, you guys are like, where do you get this confidence from? It's like, well, some of it's trial and error, if we're being honest. Like, sometimes I just fucking do things, and then you guys are like, oh, I liked that. I'm like, cool, because it kind of scared me to do that, but I did it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of me. So, I just push myself out of my comfort zone. But then if you surround yourself with good people that encourage you and lift you up, when you do push yourself out of your comfort zone and you have somebody that's supporting you and they're like, you know, oh, that was really cool that you did that, or whatever, I really admire that, then, like, it encourages you to keep going down the right path, you know what I mean? So surround yourself with good people, and even if that means you do, like me, have to isolate yourself for a little bit. It wasn't long, and I'm so busy that I didn't really hardly notice it, but it did give me some time to like wind my thoughts in and like get back into touch with myself and how I am as a person. Because like I said, I completely lost myself in relationships.
Slight right onto Academy Street.
That's what I thought. But yeah, I lost myself in relationships. Like I said, trying to be what I thought the guy wanted me to be. I can't blame that on them, the fact that I wasn't being myself, because you know, nobody can stop you from being yourself but you. And it was all just my doubt that was making me like this more reserved person. Like that's why if you go back and watch my old videos, that I'm not the same as I am now, is because I had no confidence in myself. I was depressed, I was down. Like I said, I didn't feel good about myself, even though like looks or whatever, but I just didn't have confidence in myself with like anything besides like being like, oh, I like my face. But that was really empty feeling. Like, cool, I like my face. And then it was like, I felt like the people around me just liked my face. And it was like that they didn't really care about like my personality. And that was honestly just as bad. This guy, oh my God, amazing. He's got a tractor and he's pulling a trailer with it. I really hope you guys can see this because this is like epic. I don't think you're going to be able to catch it. What a pity. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. Can you see him? Can you see him? Look at him. That's him with the red. That is so funny. Anyway, I'm about to pull up at this client's house. So thank you guys, as always, for listening to my blab. I hope that made sense. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't, and then like I'll watch it back. I'm like, oh, that was logical. So hopefully that's how this one came across. I just wanted to blab about how like I found my confidence after I spent some time by myself. For anybody that's dealing with a toxic relationship and having to learn that lesson
1,000
too.
feet, turn left onto West 5th Street.
All right. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.